So what is an energy mech? An energy mech has weapons dealing electric damage as its primary arsenal. However, the hallmark of energy mechs is its bonus energy damage. This is the damage created when you drain an opponent's energy to zero. Any damage that would have been dealt if the opponent wasn't already at zero is converted to regular damage and reduces the opponent's hit points instead. This is the reason to play energy mechs. While energy mechs generally don't have the raw damage output of physical mechs, virtually nothing in the game compares to the damage potential resulting from a properly timed combination of attacks from an energy mech, resulting in lots of bonus energy damage. Building energy mechs usually requires maintaining a very delicate balance. The most important thing for an energy mech is its ability to execute combo attacks. Your goal on most turns is going to be to inflict as much energy damage as possible. In order to do this, you need to not only drain your opponent's energy to zero, but also overcome his regeneration on each turn so that you can bring it back to zero. This has the added bonus of preventing him from using anything that requires energy to function. You want to be doing maximum energy damage on every turn. The most common way to do this is to use a teleport and sword combo followed by an energy drone. You will dish out over 100 energy damage, and you can easily take off over 200 hit points for the turn. However, if you have to cool for one of your action points, you will miss the opportunity for a combo attack. Also, if your own energy gets drained to zero, you will be completely useless. Therefore, your primary concern in building an energy mech needs to be heat capacity, followed by energy capacity, then regeneration, hit points, cooling, and only then considering resistance. The reason that resistance is so low on the list is that these mechs are generally kill quickly or be killed, owing to the nature of their attacks. You only have so many teleports and grappling hooks, 2 to 4 depending on whether you use mythical specials. So you will only have that many turns where you can execute combo attacks. This can be augmented by weapons like Coldfire and Supernova, but you aren't going to be building very many energy mechs that like long matches. Resistance increases in value as matches increase in length. Therefore, it's of the least value to energy mechs. Weapon choice for energy mechs is generally more straightforward than other types of mechs. You want to focus first on weapons that deal high energy damage. Other important attributes are electrical damage and resistance drain. The most common weapons are Sparks, Yushima Blade or Call of Lightning, Supernova, Coldfire, and Deep Drain. By far the best drone for these mechs is Evil Spark, but Blue Angel isn't too far behind. You're going to want the best teleport and energy grappling hook that you have available, and the mythical versions are vastly superior to any others due to their ability to each be used twice. Torsos like Ultra Spade, Yoshimo, or God Mode work well due to their abundance of important stats. Legs are generally of low importance and should focus on being lightweight and providing mobility more than anything. A shield is generally optional but can be either heat or energy depending on your specific setup and its goals. Battle tactics are both straightforward and complex. The general idea of teleport sword drone seems simple. However, strategy becomes complicated when you have to factor in things like distance between you and your opponent. Remember the lower hit points and resistance? You really don't want to be sitting in range of 2 needle blasters with these mechs whenever you can help it. The need for and timing of turns dedicated to cooling, how many combination attacks it will take to finish your opponent. It's very important to know how much damage you will do, including bonus energy damage, based on your opponent's energy capacity and regen, if and when to kit, and if and when to use your shield. One tricky turn for an energy mech is the turn where you activate your drone. Ideally, you're going to do this at the very first opportunity you have. But what if you have 2 action points and your opponent isn't in range of any of your weapons? At the beginning of a match, cooling with your other action point is often going to be a waste. Here's where you can consider activating a shield or simply moving to the best possible position to start your next turn. Planning for these turns where you'll need to spend 1 action point on a non-attacking action and make sure that you time it for where you have a good use for the point is a very important part of energy mech battle strategy. Here's a very new type of energy mech. It takes advantage of the great heat and energy stats of God Mode, leverages the high hit points, and minimizes the detriment of the negative resistances. Modules used are 3 Energy and Heat Booster Mark I modules, Electron Field Mark II, Heat Control Mark II, Platinum Skeleton 3, and Titanium Skeleton 1. It has Evil Spark, Lightning Gate, Mark I, and Shock Fighter. As mentioned, it has a God Mode torso and uses surfboard legs. For weapons, it has Sparks, Coldfire Mark I, and Supernova Mark II. The The stats for the mech look like this. High hit points, high energy and heat, high regeneration and cooling. You can see I have done nothing to cover up the massive resistances, as I'm hoping to end matches before these become a problem. This will allow me to quite a few turns before I have to cool against heat mechs, and will allow me to shed most if not all of my heat in a single turn. It will also allow me to keep attacking against energy mechs without having to stop to use my regeneration kit for a few turns. The Double Nova build is now a classic. It's one of the oldest energy builds still in high circulation and is very powerful when played well. This version uses 2 Energy and Heat Booster 1 modules, 2 Engine Booster 1 modules, Electron Field Mark II, and 2 Platinum Skeleton 3s. Again, you see that it has Evil Spark, Lightning Gate Mark I, and Shock Biter. It is based on Ultra Spade for its energy stats and Surfboard for mobility and keeping weight down. It has 2 Supernova Mark IIs, Sparks, and a Bully for pushing mechs into Supernova range. Here you can see the stats are decent hit points, good energy and regen for handling energy mechs, high heat capacity to try to get through a match without having to cool, and decent cooling for those times you need to use it. Call of Lightning works surprisingly well in certain situations, especially against physical mechs. For that reason, it incorporates a resistance module. It has Invulnerability Mark II, Engine and Heat Booster 2, Engine Booster 3, 2 Regen and Cooling Module 5s, and 2 Platinum Skeleton 3s. It has the same drone and specials as the other 2 builds, as these really are the strongest and most obvious choices. It also uses Ultra Spade, but uses Thunder Boots for combinations where you start your turn right next to an opponent. Its only weapons are Call of Lightning and Coldfire. Your goal is going to be to keep the enemy close and drain him as much as possible. Heat and energy stats aren't as high as the other 2 builds, and will require careful play against energy mechs, but you will benefit from the resistance against physical and heat mechs. Hit points are also fairly strong, and when combined with the resistance and shield, will make this mech much more durable. Here's an example of a fun non-myth energy mech. It breaks the mold a little bit, but to great advantage. It has the plus 10 multi-resistance module, Regeneration and Cooldown Module 5, 2 Regen and Cooldown Module 3s, Heat Module 11, Armor Plating 8, and Bullet Storage 7. It has the Blue Angel Drone, Heat Shield Mark II, Advanced Teleport Mark 6, and Advanced Electric Harpoon Mark 4. It uses Galaxis Model C and Electro Wheels. And this is the fun part, Shotgun X Mark III. For when this is out of range, you have the combination of Big Blue Blast and Rear Hit Electro Mark. Your goal with this mech is going to be to try to keep your opponent's energy low, get in with the shotgun for the potential of high damage, and hopefully convert the shotgun's 28 energy damage into bonus energy damage. This mech will be a little unpredictable, but it will win some matches other non-myth mechs might lose, and will be a lot of fun in the process. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and found it useful. Please sub to the official YouTube channel and my own for more. Thanks for watching.